And hello again, and here we are back in my garage on quite a sunny day for a change. And for the last few weeks I've been quite busy working on the new Kawasaki Z650 project. And in the last few weeks I've stripped down the bike right down to the bare frame, and I've also been working on the front end, fitting better brakes, bigger discs, and of course 4-pot calipers. Now that work's almost finished, and hopefully, let me see, it's now Wednesday. On Saturday I'll be taking the frame and the swing arm and some other parts to Triple S in Bingley in Yorkshire to get them all re-powder coated. And when that's done, of course, that means I'll have a bit more room in here to work on something else. And that something else is this, my Kawasaki Z1000 Mark II project. And what I need to do is wheel it out of this corner, out to the front of the garage where I've got a bit more room, because I've got to remove both wheels, the swing arm and the forks and yokes. And I've got to do that because I've got to take them to Jeff's workshop so he can make the appropriate measurements to make up the spacers and adapters so that I can fit a different pair of wheels. Because earlier on I showed you the Yamaha R6 wheels I've got for the bike. And of course they won't fit straight on. We'll need to do quite a lot of work to make those wheels fit this bike. So that'll be happening next week. However, there is one project I've not mentioned for a few weeks now, and that's my Kawasaki Z650/1170 project. And today, for that project, it's a big day because today I collected the new paintwork for the bike. So let's move the camera and I can show you what that paintwork looks like. And here it is at last, and I must say I'm really pleased with the result. Mark has done a great job as always, and yeah, it's just what I wanted. There was quite a long delay because we couldn't get hold of the pigment to mix up the base coat paint here for this pearl red. And in fact there's about 10 coats of pearl red on this bike with a silver base coat. Also a point is that this stripe here, on a standard Z1 that's normally black, depending on what colour you have, it's usually black. But I've done mine on a very, very dark mica blue. Not sure if you can pick it up on the camera, I mean, the light's not perfect here, but yeah, that's blue, gold of course, whereas at the back the stripes are certainly not like a standard Z1 would be. They would normally go over the top of the ducktail, but in my case just go straight back with a quite sharp cut off. And I did that because I thought it looked a bit more modern, a bit more kind of I don't know, just better basically, and also because the ducktail's been widened by about 1 inch compared to a standard bike to fit the widened frame. I was a bit concerned that if I ran the striping all the way over the top of the back of the ducktail, it could make the bike look a little bit wide, a bit cumbersome, so that's why I went with that. And I must say I'm very pleased with the result. I've now got to fit the tank badges and also of course the side panel badges, which are non-standard by the way, but they are quite nice. The side panel badges actually don't need to be fitted through drilled holes, so that's why there's no holes in the side panels at the moment, you just stick straight on. I've also got to fit my new filler cap, new chrome filler cap. I won't do that yet because I want to do that when I've got plenty of time, when I'm not rushed, so I don't risk, you know, scratching the paintwork. That's something I've done before in the past with my Norley, so I'll be so careful with that. Yes, overall, pretty happy with it, and hopefully now that I've got the paintwork back, it'll encourage me to crack on and finish all the little niggly jobs that I still need to do on the bike. In particular, the outrigger system, which was leaking last time I tried it, so yeah, I've got to do that. But it's a really fiddly job, I don't like doing it, and it's, yeah, I really need to get on with it and crack on. There's also some things that I'm going to do in about 2 weeks' time. There are some parts on here, some machine parts, that are going to go off to be hard anodised black. That's an incredibly hard wearing finish, and I'll be doing that to the foot pegs, for example, and a few other small parts. And sometimes that can have quite a long lead time, about a month or so I want to get that done quite quickly. Yeah, also I will point out that right now the seat's just resting on the frame, it's not bolted down yet, and indeed the ducktail, the angle's not correct. I can adjust that, and right now it's just resting very gently on the frame, it's not bolted down yet, so the angle of that isn't quite right, it needs to be a bit lower. So if anybody's looking at it thinking it doesn't look right, that's because it's not right. So yeah, overall then, very happy with the result. I mean, when it comes to paintwork, as soon as you step outside a standard design on a standard bike, you know, you run the risk of doing something, it turns out it's not very nice, it's not good, you don't like it. So it's always a bit of a risk particularly when you're picking colours that aren't normally used on a certain bike, like on a Z1 for example. But I'm pretty happy with this result, and yeah, I'll crack on now, and hopefully now that I've got the paintwork back, I can stand back and see it, admire it, it will give me some enthusiasm to finish off the rest of the jobs that need to be done on the bike. And who knows, I might even get it ready and running on the road by the summer, but we'll see. So yes, all good news so far. After a long winter, things are starting to pick up, and hopefully all the work and time and money I've been spending on these bikes will start to pay off. So anyway, that's that. So come back next week and we'll see how I'm getting on. So for now then, thanks for watching and cheers.